In the last video, I made a little spawner. It took me 5 minutes and it's made us billions, not even millions. It's made us billions. But today, we're going to adapt the spawner and make it even better here, showing you the best, most effective 9-chunk spawner here in Minecraft Skyblock. Yes, hello everybody and welcome back into a brand new episode of Minecraft Skyblock. Today, of course, we are back here on AkumaMC, the best #1 rated Minecraft Skyblock server. Back again for another episode in this season. Guys, I hope that you have been enjoying all the videos coming out this season and indeed the server this season, because honestly, this has been one of the most insane seasons of Skyblock. Having the economy buff so heavily how it has been absolutely insane for me. And you guys will, you'll pretty much notice if you've been playing the server that the prices of absolutely everything has literally skyrocketed. And it's actually kind of crazy how insane things have got. But today, like I say, we are going to be completely advancing our income here today. I've got a few things to show you about what my island members have done off camera. And then, yeah, we basically just need to do a whole bunch of things. And I think I want to open some of the first crates that I'll have opened this season. We'll have to see whether it even comes about. I don't even know if we'll need to today, because I think that we've honestly got enough insane things going on that we literally haven't even needed to open a crate yet. So we obviously made this little AFK farm. This is kind of just the base of it. It's literally nothing special. It's a bunch of spawners. We did add more since obviously I did my video. We just basically added all the spawners that we've obtained. They've all just basically got fire scrolls in it, apart from I think some of the guardians may have loot scrolls and other scrolls in it as well. So it's nothing, it's nothing special. It is literally the most basic of basic spawner that you can get. And it's all been going into this beautiful little chest right here that, as you can see, has amassed $16 billion worth of loot in only 61 million items sold, which is actually kind of insane. So we're going to go ahead and claim that right now. That is now a beautiful $16 billion in my balance, which we absolutely did not have before, and a massive jump and a massive step ahead of where we've been. Now, that has solely come from, obviously, these spawners down below. I guess maybe a tiny bit from the people grinding the blazers up top, but not really anything to do with that. So what we're going to be doing today is we're essentially going to be adapting the spawner that we've got here. We're going to be actually completely moving it into a new area, and we're going to be taking the best tier of spawners because we don't want to run out of efficiency space. We're going to be taking the best tier of spawners, so we're going to be adding them into a 9-chunk spawner, which is something which we've done previously, but is something that is forgotten about, because essentially it only really takes up a chunk, one chunk of room, but it's effective for 9 chunks of spawners, which means you don't end up going over the auto sell chests limit or anything like that. Because if you take a look at this, this chest pretty much gets full all the time before it actually sells. So, you know, with this is something which we want to make sure that we're not overflowing, because otherwise you're just wasting loot essentially, and we don't want to be doing that. So it's going to be very, very simple. If you guys don't know how to view chunks, you need to be on something like Lunar Client or have Optifine, I think is what does it. Press F3 and G, boom, you view the chunks just like that. And essentially the way that we're going to be utilizing this, I'm not going to be doing it right where I am right now. Basically, you have this middle chunk. That is 1 chunk of worth of spawners that you can have in. And then every chunk surrounding it will also have spawners in. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 into the corner over there. So that's how this works. You literally activate 9 chunks, and you all just have to AFK it right from the middle. That is the only way to AFK 9 separate chunks at once. Obviously, you're kind of limited with the amount of spawners and where they can be, because, for example, you couldn't put a spawner all the way in this 9th chunk right here and still AFK it from over here, because there is essentially island perks, which we have increased a little bit, but it is your spawner AFK radius. Which is here somewhere, right here. We've got it maxed out. The AFK radius is 16. You can't go any further than 16 blocks away from spawners. Otherwise, they are not going to be spawning. I believe that count is vertical and horizontal. It counts both into account. So yes, we do have a bunch of upgrades though that we've done on the island since you guys will have last seen. We now have it at the max size. We do have that max AFK radius. We have indeed gotten to level 5 on the crop growth speed perk. We still need to harvest 10k crops in order to get that maxed out, I believe. And then we've got the cobble generator perk, which we haven't focused on too heavily, but we have got that one up to level 5 as well. We've got our warp limit perk up. We've got our member limit now max, so we can actually get a couple more people on the island helping to grind up and get us as rich as we possibly can. We haven't bothered with the generator limit perk. Not really too worried about that. We've got a hopper limit perk, but we don't really use anywhere near the amount that you need for that. Robot limit we have now maxed out. We can get 500 robots on the island. Kind of glad that there is a limit here, and it is maxed out at 500, because robots honestly can get very, very insane if you just go crazy on them. So yeah, we've got to keep that in check. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. So with all of that said, guys, there is going to be a brand new cluster in the store in like 2 days time. Okay. And my giveaways usually run for 3 days. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give away 1 minute of 4 of the brand new clusters that are going to be coming out in like 2 days time, guys. That's what I'm going to be giving away on this video. So all you guys need to do to be in with a chance of winning those 4 clusters is like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment your username, and then join the giveaways only Discord link down below and press the enter button in there. As long as you've done all of that, you're officially entered. But without further ado, let's find a place for us to start our 9 chunk spawner. So this is the very edge of the island. This island is actually very, very big. We've got a lot of space to work with, so I don't think we need to necessarily do it in like the complete edge of the island, but I don't want it like touching the main part of the island. So I'm thinking we start the middle chunk right here. Then you got this chunk, this chunk, this chunk, this chunk, and then all the ones around it. So I think that's probably going to be the one that we go with, because I don't want the one that's necessarily touching that chunk right there. Yeah, I think this will be the middle chunk that we start with. So let me get placing the basics or the basic outline of how we're going to work this thing. So what you're going to want to do is just go ahead and just outline the whole of the like main chunk that you're focusing on. And then this is essentially how you're going to place your spawners. I mean, it's actually that easy. We're going to get rid of most of this outline here once we've got the places that we want them. But you are going to need a lot of auto cell chests and a lot of chunk hoppers for this. Obviously 1 per chunk at least of each. And that's kind of how that's going to work. And then what we're going to also do is we're going to mark out a middle in here. So I think that's going to be about here, I believe will be the middle. Does that look like the middle to you? It looks kind of like the middle to me. I don't think it's quite the middle. I think that's the middle right there. Let's just identify that. Yes, that is the middle. Perfect. So yes, this is going to be the 9 chunks that we are working with. So like I said, you're going to need 9 of each, an auto cell chest and a chunk hopper. Now, obviously, we're going to use pretty much the top tier that we have available to us right now, which is legendary chunk hoppers. I don't think we have any mythical ones. I don't think they even exist right now, to be honest with you. And then, of course, we're going to use the legendary auto cell chests. Again, mythical will be out later in the season, I think, but I don't really think there's a massive market of them right now. So if there's even any at all, there might not even be any at all. Then, of course, to make sure that you are making the most efficiency out of your chest, you're going to make them into a double chest by just combining a regular chest with it. I should have bought more than that. Let's just add that many right there. So you literally just regular chest, boom, put that down, auto cell chest, done. And that is theoretically your middle chunk done. That's all you really need to do. And then with every other chunk, you're just making sure that you've got a place to put the spawners. So for example, I'm going to leave that right there. That is going to be that's going to be the one for this chunk. We can go ahead and we can add on a auto cell chest, just like it doesn't really matter as long as it's all in the same chunk, obviously. Just like that. So we're going to place down a regular chest next to it. Boom. And we're going to make sure that the chunk hopper is, of course, in the chunk that you want it to collect in. Then essentially just rinse and repeat for every chunk that you have available. It is that simple. We are not really doing any kind of magic tricks here, guys. It is very, very simple to do this. It's one of the easiest spawners, actually, I think I've ever made. In regards to what like making spawners when it comes to Skyblock, factions, friggin' anything. This is definitely like the easiest spawner system that you can make. Yeah, you just repeat this for literally every chunk and then you are good to go. I'm only going to do these back 3 right now because we don't actually have enough spawners right this second, I don't think, to fill out the rest of it. But yeah, we'll leave these ones going and leave these ones chilling for right now. I'll outline the rest because we may as well get that going. Boom, that's the outline for that one. And then at least we know where we've got a place. I'll probably set all the other things up off camera as well because we don't really need to do that right now. Since, like I said, we don't have enough spawners to really fill up the chunks because you want to be using the maximum efficiency. You don't want to overfill with spawners. As soon as you start overfilling with spawners, like I said earlier, you end up wasting a bunch of loot, and that is exactly what you don't want to be doing. Obviously, the more spread out as well, the more efficient it becomes. You just, yeah, you don't want to crowd one area too much. But essentially, we now have wow, I messed that up so bad. We essentially now have a 9-chunk AFK radius here. Going crazy, all from AFKing just one little place on our island within one chunk. So let me show you guys exactly how this is going to work. Let me go ahead and grab our best spawners from over here. What I've decided with the spawner is we're only going to be putting our best and most valuable ones in it, which would mean we are going to go from silverfish and upwards. So that includes silverfish, witch, and guardian, I believe. So that is what we are going to put in there. So let's just start with, I guess we'll start with the guardian. Why not? We should be able to collect all of these up. I'm so thankful that they upgraded the amount of spawners that you could have to indeed be 128 in a stack, because that was rough there before when you could only do 64. All right, so we're going to take our guardians and we're literally just going to bring them over and do exactly what we did in the other place, but right here. So we're going to make sure they all have a loot scroll, a magic scroll, and then a fire scroll, and we'll get all of these placed 2 stacks in. And we'll go, I guess we'll just keep the middle one to Guardians right now. It doesn't matter in regards to spreading out that way. As long as you've kind of got everything all in one place, you'll be good to go. There we go. And then we'll put the last Guardian right there as well. There we go. Perfect. And fire scroll in that. And we are good. So, yeah, that is essentially going to work. As you guys can see, they are falling, they are dying, and they are collecting my money and putting it straight in this chest. And that is already 400k that this thing has made me since I've literally just been standing here. So that is actually kind of crazy. I'm going to go and collect all the rest of the higher tier spawners and go ahead and put them over here, because we've got a lot that we need to collect, I feel like. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put a bunch in. All right, so that is the last of the spawners from that section that I need to transfer. This is kind of what it's looking like right now. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm kind of gonna try and keep them into like one line of them. I don't know. I don't know how it gets to a point where it's gonna be inefficient. So we've got to kind of keep track of that and see what is going to make the most difference, because I obviously want to be AFKing right here, and if this doesn't activate the lowest spawners, then we've got a problem, or like the furthest away spawners, then we've got a problem. So I need to make sure that we're making the most of that. I will just go ahead and start myself a new little line right here as well. So let's go ahead and do that. We need ourselves another one of these and another one of these, and then we can start that up. I'm just going to do it on this one right here. We might as well. Boom, put that one down. Boom, put that one down, and chuck that one on there. Done. So yeah, I'm just going to start this line here. I want to try and keep it in one, like I say. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We'll have to see how like efficient we can be with making sure that we get as many of these spawners on my island as possible, because ideally we just end up having a whole bunch of this on my island, and we have like friggin', I don't know, as many as we can have in the space that we've got, which I don't know how possible that is, but we can figure it out. Anyway, let's get all these on here. All of this loot scroll and scroll of magic and everything. Most of these things have actually all 3 scrolls. But yeah, I guess some of them just don't, which I don't know why, because I think as an island, we probably do have enough gems to make sure that everything's got something in it. But yeah, this is going to be my kind of AFK place for right now as well. It's, you know, just while I've been building, we've been making millions. So it's looking good. I think this is where we want to be. Now, the only thing left to do is I need to go in the shop right now, and I actually want to go ahead and spend 10 billion on witch spawners, because that is going to be the best. So we're going to buy 4 stacks of those. That's the best thing I can buy from the shop right now, I think. I'm just going to go ahead and stack these on. Of course, we then need to buy the respective scrolls for them as well. But yes, this was an addition which I wanted to add today, because we just kind of need it. We need to spend, you know, reinvest as much of our money as we possibly can here. So doing that right now is a benefit. So let's go ahead and buy that. I think we only added 2 new stacks. Yes, we did. Perfect. There we go. So that adds to our entire witch collection, which will work out pretty well. So yes, I think if we have someone AFKing, like, I guess like right here, it should reach every spawner perfectly fine. Even the ones in the bottom corners there, I think that's within 16 blocks. I'll have to kind of keep an eye on it to make sure that it is, but it should be within 16 blocks. I'm pretty confident. But that is essentially it. Now, obviously, what we would do if we had more money, we'd fill out every single one of these with, I would say you probably want a maximum height of 10 spawners, and then you AFK right in the middle here, and you'll be reaching every single spawner all around you, and you'll be good. So that's kind of the plan here. This is the 9 chunk spawner. All we got to do is get more spawners now, and we're going to be good to go. Obviously, we still got this other one over here. This is going to be useful for us. All the time we're grinding blazes and such. This one's still going to be making a whole bunch of money. It doesn't have the best tier spawners in it anymore, but it does mean that this thing isn't getting us full as well. So it kind of works out in a way. It's got villager in there, and they're still really, really good spawners as well. So yeah, we've got a nice little collection of spawners still grinding up here. This is going to work out pretty well for us. Well, guys, that is going to be where I go ahead and end off this video. I hope that you have enjoyed or found it useful at any point. If you want to build yourself a 9 chunk spawner, feel free, go for it. If you're on Bedrock, it's a little bit more complicated, because I don't think you can even view like your chunks on Bedrock. I don't know. You just kind of got to work it out. There is a way. I just don't know what it is. But yeah, that is going to be it for me today, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you do leave it a like rating. That'd be much appreciated. We've got lots more going on in the background, as you guys can see. That we've started with all of our auto robots and stuff like that. I'll go over those in a future episode. But yes, guys, that is going to be it for me today, and I will see you all in the next episode of Skyblock here on AkumaMC.